And good morning, everyone. I'm just out here at a place, a town called Benalla. I'm going to be doing a site visit very soon, so I'm only just going to make this a short live. That probably about 10 minutes at the very most. Yeah, I'm just out at a place called LS Precast. It's a huge manufacturing plant for the Westgate Tunnel project. They're making all the big concrete sections for it. Anyway, I've got a couple of meetings here today, and yeah, I'm just going to deal with a few issues while I'm here as well. But look, before I go ahead, it's been an interesting last 24 hours. I mean, obviously in the US, elections are starting to count down now. It's all a matter if Trump or Biden really wins, but really it's one of the two evils, or one of the two factions of the ruling class. At the end of the day, the ruling class will still be in power, and yeah, evil wins out. So, but it'll be interesting to see what the results are. Regardless, but I struggle. Whoever wins is going to even intensify even more in the US. How's it going to impact here? Well, look, I mean, obviously Australia does look towards the US. We'll see how that all pans out during the week. Well, mind you, though, just looking back here in Australia at the moment. The situation with COVID-19 here in Victoria especially, well, restrictions are easing. Hopefully on the 9th it will be announced that they'll now lift restrictions for the people living in the Melbourne metropolitan area and city to travel interregional, and we can actually just travel quite freely down to Melbourne. Border restrictions are still on between the states. That'll take a lot longer to lift. Mind you, the Victorian government didn't impose border restrictions. It was the South Australian and New South Wales governments. We just wait till see what happens over the course of the next few weeks. There is optimism, a lot of hope that they'll be lifted even before Christmas, so it allows us to travel up and see family. Like, for example, my own parents who do live in New South Wales, mum and stepdad in Sydney, and my own dad lives in Orange. So yeah, it'd be good to see them again, but look, day at a time. I think at the moment we can't just go rush to conclusions. Yes, I'd like to have hope, but I think this is an insidious virus. It's a very nasty virus. Anything could happen between now and Christmas. So day at a time, people. Day at a time. Let's concentrate what we've got to do today. Just going on to that, obviously there's a few other things now in the woodwork. I have been touched a lot about industrial relations in this country. ACTU put something out this morning. Actually, I'll have to read the details of what our Federal Industrial Relations Minister Christian Porter's up to. See what he has planned for us. Overall, for us working class people in that arena. So that's why I haven't been doing much commentary on that, because I really need to have the details. It probably might be limited. I don't know what it is. It's in the detail yet. The other thing too, I will be doing a further live chat. There's, like I did say, a quick one it was yesterday or the day before. I will be doing a little further chat. I'm actually going to talk a little bit about the food industry. Interesting, and who owns what in the food industry. I won't go into it now because it's quite exceptionally good topic. And I think we need to have a look at have this discussion about foreign ownership of our economy here in Australia, and who owns really what. I will say this: the Chinese, very tiny minority. The biggest majority is UK and US, funny enough. So anyway, I'll talk further more on that a little later on. I don't want to make too much commentary on that now. But this is where we're at the moment. I think it's obviously we're seeing the politics, the struggle intensifying here in Australia as well. A lot more people going into poverty. It's interesting how federal government in their budget was trying to throw money at people buying their first homes and that, but I can't see that lasting long. It's a capitalist problem. A capitalist solution to a capitalist problem. For capitalism, there's no way out of this crisis, and it would be interesting to see how that pans out too in the course of the next 2 months. They're saying, oh yeah, the economy, this recession, we're starting to recover. Well, look, it's a bit premature at the moment to say what. I mean, that's all very well. They're talking about a tourist-led economy. No, I don't think so. What we need, I mean, for starters, I think one of the demands of the working class, we need a strong manufacturing base back here in Australia again, where the majority of big section of the working class is employed back in manufacturing like we used to be. If you don't have that strong domestic economy, which is manufacturing is the heart of, well, I'm sorry to say, you actually don't have an economy at all. You're pretty much at the whims of foreign multinationals and that. So, look, that's something that'd be a good discussion to bring up to further when we're talking about the food production side of things. But look, high unemployment, that's still on the agenda. What they're not talking about is the underemployed, and people are now no longer seeking work, or even those who are self-employed but cannot get work. It's just not there. It's not those who are receiving a welfare check every fortnight. They should be registered as unemployed or underemployed. What about all the others? And what's the government's solution to things? Work for the dole. Now, for those of you overseas, what the dole is, it's a welfare for your unemployment benefit. You get paid every fortnight. And what they sometimes do, part of requirement, if you can't get work, they put you to work. They give you a project to do. Instead of actually paying you a wage, they pay you that. That's just how it is. And you have no general protections under industrial relations at all. No workers' compensation covering that. That's what you've got to do in order to receive a measly unemployment check, and it's not that great at all. So what we should be doing, and to bring this up in the discussion in the next video, we talk about full employment. Get that back as a demand as well, as part of handing out manufacturing back here, but full employment. And if we're going to immobilise the unemployed to do work, such as maybe plant trees, fix pathways and stuff, well, give them a full-time job. Simple. Be a government department, maybe, Department of Public Works, Department of Conservation and Agriculture, etc. So be it. Employed in full-time, and basically under the full employment policy and demand that you have a job, you have it for life. So that way you can now have a sense of security again, and sustainability in your life as well, which is vitally important for all us working class people, is to have that security, is to have that stability in our lives. Not having to worry how you're going to pay off your home if you already had your mortgage to the hilt. Not having to worry about your 2 paychecks from complete poverty. And all these other things. How you're going to raise the kids, feed the kids, how you're going to actually get a decent meal for yourself every night. All these things. How to pay off my utilities and that. So all these things we'll be bringing up in further conversation as well. And also, I just want to remind everyone once again, it will be 10 o'clock, I think, or 11 o'clock our time here in Australia. I'm led to believe that it will be, 11 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time. It will be myself and Dust James will be doing the video called Working Class Revolt. It's going to be a good series we set up again. Just quote me on the time. I think it's 11 o'clock. I will have to put that back in the commentaries later on, and I'll find out and I'll announce it in the next live chat I'll do before we go ahead. Anyway, so that's where we're at the moment. As I said, I'm about to go on site very shortly, so I can't be too long here doing this as well, and plus it is during work time. But look, I just been on the road all morning from Bendigo, did here, had to stop, grab some breakfast. I was starving, wanted my daily coffee, must have that. I do like my cappuccino in the morning, so have that, and I thought, quick, just do this live chat, and then I'll have to get on the rest of the day. But that's where we're at the moment. And otherwise, it's pretty quiet. Otherwise, here being regional Victoria, we're just getting on with what we've got to do. And we're just trying to get through this whole episode of coronavirus, economic issues, the whole lot. But I think one thing about regional people, sure, there's a lot of ultra-conservative and some reactionary elements that live out here in the regional areas, no doubt, and they also live in the city areas too. However, but a lot of the general population just want to get on with it. Just want to get through this. There's a lot of common sense and logic does seem to prevail also in the regional, and I'd say the city areas, and that's not been trying to pit city against country either. It's just where it is at the moment. So anyway, that's where I am. I wish you the rest of a good day. I'm trying to get another decent live chat either tonight, possibly tonight, or if not, it'll be tomorrow. I'm going to be on the road all day tomorrow, actually. So, I do have something in the evening as well. So, I'm going to try and get something in tonight. If I'm out of here early enough, I might just put something, have it all scheduled in on YouTube, and I'll share it up on Facebook. Well, thank you once again. Thank you for your time. Dare to struggle, dare to win. If you don't fight, you lose. Thank you.